This is Cover 4 presented by JCPenney bi-week edition. I know there's no Cowboys game, but still, hey, you're here. This is Cover 4. It's going to be awesome. Lindsay Draper, David Hellman, Taylor Stern, and Emmanuel Acho. We're talking Cowboys. We're talking teams around the league and everything in between. Even going to hand out some grades since we're, 5 weeks through the season. Dave, start us with kickoff, though.
Yeah, I'm glad you let in with that, Linz. Let's get one thing straight. The Cowboys are not playing a game this week, but between retirements, player releases, court proceedings, and a whole bunch of other stuff going on, don't come at me like this is an off week, because I'm exhausted. So just leave that at the door.
You can leave that at the door, but hey, Cowboys, I don't know what you're doing for your bye week, but do not go down to Miami and pose on any yachts, because the Giants are 0-6 since they did that last season.
Before last NFL Sunday, Odell and Brandon Marshall were still healthy. J.J. Watt, Whitney Merciless, they were still healthy. Ben Roethlisberger, he still had the juice. And the Dolphins' offensive line coach still had a job. Let's hope for a more tame week this NFL time around.
I could deal with that. It's been a little busy around here for a bye week.
A little busy.
I'm ready for football.
Okay,
but
guys,
real football.
Let's talk highs and lows of the 5 Cowboys games so far. Dave, you're up first. Take us down memory lane. What's your high, what's your low?
Memory lane, if we're talking about highs, let's go back to Phoenix, Arizona, because we've talked about how this offense has had trouble getting started. It hasn't been the dominant unit that it was through 5 weeks in 2016. But how much fun was it when Dak Prescott kept that option keeper, goes toward the end zone, and goes over the defense?
Fun. Game changing.
It was at this moment, honestly, it was still not the best night of the Dallas offense's season, but that was just an amazing play, an amazing effort by Dak Prescott, and it made me go, whoa, holy crap. It was awesome.
Okay.
As far as bad, I think our friend on Snapchat here puts the rest of it together.
That says it all right.
The low of my season was when the Cowboys had a lead with a minute left against Green Bay, because I sat there and I said, they're going to lose. And I was right. I hate to say I told you so.
So was that guy in the stands.
But I was right. My guy on Snapchat was totally right. It was pretty
amazing.
depressing.
Tay, what you got?
Hey, my high is probably the same high that most Cowboys Nation had going into week 1. The Cowboys get the win against the Giants, something they weren't able to accomplish last season in a 13-3 season. 2 of their losses were to the Giants. They get the win. They're able to do that, and it was awesome. Now, my low.
Yeah, you're right on this.
Is what we're watching right now. It's just Todd Gurley had a day at AT&T Stadium. That was my worst nightmare. We all know what he was able to do throughout the whole season so far, but I didn't think he was going to be able to do it against the Cowboys, and he did.
That's a pretty bad low. I'm with you, Tay.
Manny,
I felt
is your
pretty
low
sorry.
lower than that low?
Well, let me start with my high first.
Okay.
Let me start with my high. My high is actually Dave's low, because if you're going up against the Packers and you take a lead in the fourth quarter, you got to be excited. You take a lead with 1 minute and change left in the fourth quarter, you got to be really excited, especially at home in a game where you kind of consider this early. It's kind of a must win. Let's go to 3-2. You score, you're feeling great about yourself. You go down, you lose the game. We'll talk about that later. But boy, my low. The Denver loss.
Yeah.
Why? Because not just that it's a loss. Yes, all games are created equal, so they say, but not this one. This game exposed way too many deficiencies in the Cowboys that have not only plagued the team that day, but have plagued the team since.
I was kind of already forgetting about that game.
Don't forget.
You were trying to.
I like
blocking it out of your memory, but it's impossible.
One thing I cannot block out are the memories that I had growing up of school. So let's play a little teacher and get our grading scores out, because we're going to give out report cards to positions and groups
I'm ready.
People of the Dallas Cowboys. We've only played 5 games. We're in week 6 of the season, guys. So
I feel like
here's
I'm on Jeopardy right now.
You know what? At least you know more than those other guys.
People thought you were.
Quarterback, what's your grade? Everybody knows the grading scale.
Dak
And everybody
Prescott.
knows this should be a big, fat, what, Dave?
A+.
Okay, love it.
My guy.
Easy.
Hasn't always been pretty.
Manny, A-.
A minus.
What?
I'm A minus.
B+.
Taylor with
okay.
the savage B+.
Are we watching the same guy?
Yeah, he has improved. He hasn't had a sophomore slump, Dave. I agree.
We're going to show Denver highlights so that
But
gives
he has
Taylor-
had some more inaccurate passes than we've ever seen before.
All right, guys,
Valid.
running back and wide receiver. A little offensive action here. What
Running
do you
back
think?
and receiver, collectively.
Yes, collectively.
Are we showing our report cards? Because I'm showing a C.
Day and Manny together on a conjoined C.
I'm with you.
Dave
I'm
with
with
a strong B.
Today I learned I'm a homer, guys.
What?
But they're still, like, they're decent players. Is the offense the reason why they've lost 3 games?
Valid, but only because the defense has been that bad. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Because I'm a
Zeke
strong
has 500
seed.
all-purpose yards.
Strong
Des
seed.
Bryant hasn't had a 100-yard receiving game.
Hey, these are great points. Tear them off. We're moving on.
I feel like a
Moving
homer
on,
right now.
students. Next up, you have
Get out of there.
the O-line, who is a surefire A in years past, but I'm very interested to see what you come up with now.
All right, I'm gonna be way.
B- here.
Okay. I like
B-
it.
here.
I like it.
I'm going. All right, now I feel better.
Okay.
I feel better. Somebody show me. I gotta. Yeah, I gotta see now. I'm willing to criticize these guys because this is the strength. Is this not supposed to be the strength?
Supposed to be. You're exactly right.
They've been fine, but they're supposed to be the most dominant line in the league, and they haven't.
Tear it
They
up.
just haven't been.
Tear it up.
Get better, big fellas.
Get
better,
better, big
guys.
fellas. All right, let's switch it up on the other side. Defensive line.
Uh-oh. Oh,
Ooh.
defensive line. Let's start
Defensive
there.
line, Manny, what you got? I want to see these scores.
Let's start there.
Starting with an okay.
Give him an A minus.
Wow.
Give him an A
Now,
minus.
This is just the front.
Just the
Talking.
front. This
Yes.
is just the front 4, just the front 3 to 4. That's it.
Dave being finicky.
I'm gonna
Shocker.
cheat. I'm gonna cheat a little bit. The B+ is for everybody else. The A+ is for
DeMarcus Lawrence.
DeMarcus
He's been
Lawrence.
outstanding.
You have a Pro Bowl season ahead of you.
He's already there. He's already at like what, 8.5 sacks?
Get out of there.
All right, the Cowboys picked up a linebacker this week, so you know what's going on there. What do you guys give the linebackers through 5 games?
D.
Whew.
An absolute D. This team did not allow a 100-yard rusher last season. Now they are just letting it happen twice in 5 games. C.J. Anderson did that to them. I mean, Todd Gurley.
Manny can't even compose himself
Because
over
it's just so
this D.
poor here.
It hasn't been good, guys.
Dave gave an F.
Whoa, Dave.
Shots.
great.
Look,
Danny's going with an A minus.
Sean, I toned
Sean
it down.
Lee's been hurt.
Sean Lee's been out for 2 games. Jalen Smith, I love you, buddy, but you've
No.
just know I gave him a B minus.
Okay, Manny was shocked by that. Let's go secondary. What do you think about those defensive backs, all the young ones out there? Nolan Carroll cut this.
Can we start here?
Z.
Is this even a grade?
No, that's not a grade.
Because
Secondary worse than the linebackers?
C, too generous.
Hey,
Y'all are
Manny
too
with
generous.
the C.
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 Hey, and
going
Dave
C.
with the C. Manny with the Z.
Hey, we
the Z.
found Jordan Lewis.
The
Be
C is for
happy
Jordan
about it.
Lewis. The C, Jordan Lewis, I believe it.
And the rest of the bunch?
They're not great.
And the rest of the
I'm a
bunch.
kind grader, or I try to be.
Let's wrap it up here with
I can't believe y'all gave
coaching.
Dak a B for whatever
This
that's
is
worth.
way above my pay grade.
Coaching?
You guys have fun with this one. Coaching.
Coaching? All right.
Can I give
Manny with a B minus.
Yeah.
I gave an emoji face because I'm too.
That's a great social media coordinator.
I'm
right
just
there. I love
like,
See, I can't say D plus right there. I gotta go
What
B
are you
minus.
doing,
I gotta go B minus because I don't know if this has all been a coaching fault. Now, yes, the coaches certainly dictate the roster, and yes, players are a reflection of their coach. But you saw the Green Bay Packers, Aaron Rodgers' last scramble. That was a bust by the players. That was a mental assignment.
Dave,
It wasn't the
show
coach's
yourself.
fault.
They got beat down by Denver.
Uh-oh.
That's just, I mean, that goes off everybody. You got to beat the Rams at home. Do you not have to find? Are you not the better team there?
You're right.
Coaches can't make a
And
beat juice.
I don't know how many times I can say this in a week, but don't give Aaron Rodgers the ball back. I'm still mad about it. And I'm not sorry.
we're
One
telling
of
them.
those people who can't get over it a
I
week
don't. I'm
later.
salty.
We're going to take a break. We're going to fight some more over who the NFL MVP is so far. So, yeah, it's girls against guys. That's a hint.
Woo!
Let's do it.
Cowboys Cover 4 is brought to you by AT&T, mobilizing your world, Academy, the official sporting goods retailer of the Dallas Cowboys, and by NFL Game Pass. You'll never miss a game again. Enjoy full access to coaches' films and game replays from Week 1 to the Super Bowl. Subscribe at DallasCowboys.com/Game Pass.
Oop-de-oop of the week. Congratulations, Mitchell Trubisky. You have made Cover 4, which I know is a huge career moment for you.
They call that man Biscuit. I don't know why. I'm not sure why, but that play was dope.
Watching this, John Gruden said, I've never seen that. And I looked up and was like, I got to see that. something he's never seen before.
Darren McFadden had recognized that play.
You're right about
Very
that.
familiar for Darren McFadden.
All right, let's power rank these NFL teams as they stand so far. Obviously, guys, there's a lot of good teams. Eagles and Panthers are at the top, though, right? Right?
Yeah, Eagles, Panthers, you got the Chiefs, you got the Packers. Those are all at the top. Obviously, when those two teams face each other, one team will lose, one team has to lose. That's the nature of the game. But when you look at the body of work for the Carolina Panthers, right now it's looked great. They go to New England, they get a win, I believe, in the double digits, something like that, 33-30. You look at the body of work for the Eagles, it's also very solid. The Packers speaks for itself, and then the Chiefs, undefeated. It's simple as that.
I'm not convinced that anybody's that great in the league except the Chiefs.
Yep.
Chiefs, everybody else. That's where I'm at.
Okay, what about those Packers, though? Not like we had a refresher or anything.
Packers sitting at 4-1. They lost week 2 against the Falcons,
Yep.
and everyone was kind of questioning if they were going to go on a decline. They did sort of last season at the beginning, too. So I don't know, though. I mean, they're starting to figure it out. I mean, when Aaron Jones is able to have a day, maybe this is a team.
I think it's the other Aaron. The other Aaron that I'm worried about, as he demonstrated
Both Aarons.
here in Dallas last week. Aaron
Both
Rodgers.
Manny, talk to us about them Eagles, though.
Yeah, like I said, the Eagles, it's the whole body of work. You're not just looking at one game. You're not just looking at, oh, yes, they may have beat the Chargers in a throwaway. It's the complete body of work. And like we said earlier, it's not just winning. It's how you win and it's how you lose. And right now they're winning in a very convincing fashion, looking good on offense, looking good on defense.
Kansas City Chiefs, the Cowboys' next home game in November.
This is the one as far as I'm concerned. You've got a bunch of teams that are pretty good, and then you've got these guys that are just blitzing through the league right now. You got Kareem Hunt, you got Tyreek Hill, you got Alex Smith playing at an all-time high.
Now, can we talk about, Dave, look at their body of work.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, the teams that they've beat.
They crushed the Patriots.
Yep.
They beat the Redskins, who are an impressive team.
Texans.
They beat Deshaun Watson, who was apparently the
Five
And was hot.
touchdowns.
They look fantastic, and I think we're probably selling their defense short too.
Exactly.
They got a nice defense.
So those are the teams that we think you ought to keep an eye on this weekend, if you didn't know. But now let's have a little debate about who is our league MVP so far, because Taylor and I are riding the Aaron Rodgers train.
Yes, you have to. I mean, he does what clutch QBs do. He wins these games. He's an MVP quarterback. He's won it before. This should be nothing new for people to see. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is taking this team to new levels every year. I mean, I know he's getting up there in his career, but he's just able to do things that nobody's seen before. I mean, guy has 13 touchdowns already on the season. He has great rushing yards. I mean, he's a dynamic quarterback.
And you guys want to argue with that?
Yeah.
No, I totally agree. Yeah, you can't.
I don't like being on the opposite side of that argument, to be totally honest with you.
Yeah, we don't disagree, not at all. It's just when I think about an MVP, I try to err first and foremost, who's the best player on the best team? Right now, the best team's the Kansas City Chiefs.
Right.
Who's the best player on that team? It's clearly Alex Smith. He's completing 77% of his passes. Those are like college numbers. 11 touchdowns, no interceptions. Again, college numbers.
Yeah, and like I said, I don't like to go against Aaron Rodgers.
At all.
He's a freak. But Alex Smith is playing lights out for the best team in the league right now. I don't think it's unfair to say he's the MVP right now.
The last 2 MVPs have lost in the Super Bowl, so just saying.
That's
Just
very
saying.
valid.
Let's head to break. My favorite segment is up next. We are going to give out some bye-week awards here on Cover 4, and we've got lots to discuss. Stay with us. Time for a little bye-week award action, and these are not your typical awards, guys. They're fun.
Fair,
Fun.
fair.
Okay.
Too early
We have
for
fun
real
here.
awards anyway.
It's too early for real awards. Well said, Dave. The first one is, who is most likely to fix up this Cowboys defense as we head into the rest of the season?
It's got to be number 50, Lindsay.
I hope it's Sean
I hope it's Sean Lee, the Pro Bowler, the lone Pro Bowler on the Cowboys defense last season. He's been out 2 games and it showed. I just showed you guys what we gave this linebacker group. I would not have given it that great if Sean Lee was still out there, and I don't think that Todd Gurley would have had that same day he had. Aaron Jones might not be an instant star if Sean Lee had been out there. So,
Great point.
please, Sean Lee, we need you, bud.
All right, who
Great
is the most likely to make you throw your television remote?
You had to go back and forth between who to pick, but it's got to be T. Will. Because he always makes like that one bonehead play when you're like, no, we needed that right at that moment. You got stepping out of bounds, and then this year you got a drop, catch, turn, pick in the most pivotal time of the game.
I'll go harder than that, Manny. He blocked me on Twitter anyway. So drop ball that leads to a pick six against the Packers. Drop on a potential, last second crunch time drive against the Rams. It's just, it's always something with Terrence.
Savage
If I had a remote when I watched the games, I would definitely throw it.
Take one to the press box, please.
I will do that.
Okay, the most likely to take on a new identity after this bye week. Who could that be?
I went a little easier on the secondary when I was doing report cards because I think Xavier Woods might be this guy.
I agree.
Xavier Woods is obviously a young guy, a rookie guy, but he's been able to do different things. He's so versatile. I mean, he's able to do whatever they want him to do out on the field. He's like Rod Marinelli's dream. I think that he'll take on a new identity, maybe review some things. He's from Louisiana. Maybe he'll go back home, chill, and watch some tape and take on this new identity here.
How about Bryce Butler, and how about literally taking on a new identity as the number 2 receiver? I think if there's ever a time to make a switch, and again, I rock with T. Will going back, but if there's ever a time to make a switch, it's got to be Bryce Butler. The first couple games, I was like, no, it's a fluke, but now he seems like the real deal.
Hey, during grades, I said how great DeMarcus Lawrence has been, but how awesome did David Irving look in his first game back? He's got to take a week off. Unfortunate time for him because he was killing it against the Packers. I think he might be able to make that pass rush look even better. 2 sacks in his first game back. It's crazy.
Who's most likely to find themselves in a position battle when the season comes to an end?
It was the guy who was in a position battle at the start of the season. Chaz Green and Jonathan Cooper. We didn't even know who was going to start week 1, really. And now here we are with Chaz Green having different injuries. We've gone back and forth between Jonathan Cooper and Chaz Green. I think that guard will become a position of focus in the offseason, and it's going to create some interesting talk around this.
Well, to your point, Tay, I mean, nothing has changed. We don't know who's going to start from week to week since Chaz got hurt a couple weeks ago. So I don't see this thing being completely settled at any point.
Taking a break. Next up on Cover 4, we are talking best celebrations of the season so far, and Dave is going to do one for you on TV.
I am.
Don't worry.
All right,
That's
let's
next.
do it.
Absolute fire. Is this a music video?
It fits so well with what's happening here.
I painted that painting in the background that you see at Manny's home, too, because I'm absolutely talented.
I'm
I
terrified.
honestly think if we got this to Marshawn, he would enjoy it, like, a lot.
He'd say, Manny Acho, I know that fool.
I ran that guy over one time.
Yeah, I literally
And that's where I draw the line, Dave, and that's where I draw the
I
line.
literally pushed him over.
Okay, best touchdown celebrations of the year. That was a great celebration to start us off, but here we go. The best of the year, obviously. First one's got to be the Green Bay Packers in a bobsledding theme.
Does it have to be that? Because that was against the Dallas Cowboys. And yeah, you can see the star in the background right there. It's Devontae Adams, who no one even expected to be playing, gets 2 touchdowns.
Manny, do you wish that you could do this back in your day?
Yo, this is the stuff I love. I'm not going to lie. This is the stuff I love.
All right, Juju Smith-Schuster, you are next.
I gotta take this one because I used to watch Dragon Ball Z every afternoon when I got home from school, and I knew what he was doing immediately. Goku, Gohan, Piccolo, Krillin, all those guys.
Nerd.
Hashtag why I'm single.
Yeah, probably.
Corey Smith is next.
Yo,
Manny?
I got to take this one, obviously, because we didn't do a lot of winning my last year there. And now that the Eagles are winning some games, having some fun doing it.
That's amazing.
I like it. I like it. The creativity there is excellent.
Okay, best for last, though, was just this past week. You saw it, a little duck, duck, goose.
Duck, duck, goose. It was awesome. It was that first Case Keenum dynamite pass that they were able to do this celebration on. You got to respect it.
You got to execute better. You have to execute
duck,
better.
Greg Duck. That's the only, I don't want to hear that.
Let's go out of bounds. We're doing predictions. Obviously, no game for the Cowboys this weekend, but this is for the remaining 11 of the season, guys. Out of bounds.
Shall I go first? Because
Take
I have
it.
the negative one, so I think maybe that will help. I have to say that I don't think that Dak and Zeke will return to the Pro Bowl. Of course, both of them made the Pro Bowl last year and All-Pro. It's just...
That's because they're going to the Super Bowl, right?
It's because they're going to the Super Bowl. No, I just think that Dak, unfortunately is dealing with so many issues around this team. I mean, there are 7 quarterbacks with higher passer rating ahead of him right now. And Zeke, we don't even know.
We don't even know.
I'm going to follow that line a little bit, Tay. I just, last year was so crazy. They win 11 games in a row. New Year's game, season finale against the Eagles was completely meaningless. think that's going to be the case this time. I'm looking at a Cowboys 8-7 record heading into Week 17. I think that's going to be a big game on New Year's Eve against Philadelphia.
Yo, I like Jordan Lewis growing from giving up that touchdown to let the Packers win. I like him getting 5 interceptions throughout the next 11 games. I love him as a player. He's graded out extremely high. I like Jordan Lewis.
All right, wrapping it up. You do not want to miss OT. That is next on Cover 4. Stay with us.
Cowboys Cover 4 was brought to you by AT&T. Mobilizing your world. SWBC Mortgage. Prepare to win. Call SWBC for all your insurance needs. And by the Dallas Cowboys Football Club. Want to tour AT&T Stadium? For more information, call 817-892-TOUR or visit dallascowboys.com/tours.
Final thoughts from Cover 4. Manny, take us to OT.
OT. New York Giants head coach Ben McAdoo. How about Ben McAdoo? You're 0-5 and now you're suspending players? Get it together.
I usually like to leave on a high note here, but I looked up Coach Garrett's stat of his win records. After bye weeks, it's 3-3. So, good news is it could go either way.
No Cowboys football for me to cover this weekend, so if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go watch some football. Bye, bye, bye.
That was his celebration dance that he's been planning all day.
Out of here.
Thank you all for tuning in to Cover 4, and we'll see you next week when there's a game.